What would you do if your fun-filled camping trip turned into a desperate fight for survival? Meet our four friends: Jack, the thrill-seeker with a spirit as wild as the winds; Sarah, the brainiac, whose intellect is as vast as the sky; Mike, the jester, whose humor can light up even the darkest corners of the woods; and Emily, the empath, whose heart is as deep as the forest. Each one unique in their own way, bound by the threads of friendship and a shared love for adventure. They packed their bags, their hearts filled with excitement for the camping trip that lay ahead. Little do they know their innocent journey into the woods is about to take a chilling turn. Their laughter fills the air, echoing through the dense forest, a stark contrast to the eerie silence that follows. As our friends journey into the woods, their laughter echoes, blissfully unaware of the lurking danger. The sun sets and the woods whisper secrets. Would you dare to uncover them? As twilight descends, our band of friends find themselves nestling into the heart of the forest, a labyrinth of shadow and mystery. They erect their tents, their laughter echoing through the trees, a stark contrast to the unsettling silence that the woods offer in return. The first clue comes in the form of a bone, bleached white and jagged, a grim testament to nature's harsh realities. It's just an animal bone, one of them rationalizes, a simple casualty of the food chain. Yet it sends a shiver down their spines, a chill that the campfire's warmth fails to dispel. The second clue is more cryptic, more unnerving. Carved into the bark of a gnarled old tree, they find symbols, strange and unfamiliar. They don't recognize the language nor the message it carries, but it feels ancient, arcane, and somehow malevolent. They exchange nervous glances, their jovial mood evaporating like morning dew under a harsh sun. Then they notice the silence. Not the peaceful quiet of a tranquil forest, but an oppressive, unnatural hush. A silence that smothers, that amplifies the beating of their hearts, the crackling of the fire, the sharp intake of breath. The absence of the usual symphony of wildlife sounds, the chirping of crickets, the rustling of leaves, the hooting of owls, is conspicuous and deeply unsettling. They try to laugh it off, to dismiss these eerie signs as mere coincidences, as products of their overactive imaginations. After all, they're here to have fun, to escape the mundane realities of life, not to play detective in a real-life horror story. They huddle around the fire, exchanging stories, forcing laughter, seeking solace in the camaraderie, in the flickering flames that hold the darkness at bay. As the night deepens, so does their unease, but they choose to ignore it for now. Have you ever wished you could unsee something? This is the question that ricochets through the minds of our four friends as they stumble upon a sight too gruesome for words. Their eyes, wide with disbelief, bear witness to a horrifying ritual unfolding in front of them. It's a scene straight out of a nightmare, a tableau of terror that shreds the veil of their reality, leaving them exposed to a chilling new truth. Before them, a cult, cloaked in shadows and secrecy, is engaging in an act of unspeakable horror, a human sacrifice. The air is thick with dread, every crunch of the dried leaves underfoot echoing like a drumbeat heralding danger. The friends share glances, their faces drained of color, their hearts pounding in their chests like wild animals caught in a trap. This is not a camping trip anymore, this is survival. The horrifying truth dawns on them. They've walked into a deadly trap. The woods, once a sanctuary of peace and tranquility, have become a theater of terror. The trees, once guardians, now stand as silent spectators to the horror that lurks within. Every instinct screams at them to run, to escape, but the chilling realization holds them frozen. They are not alone in these woods. They are prey in the hunting ground of a malicious cult. Each breath they take, each beat of their heart, could be their last. Their minds race, plotting, planning, desperate for a way out. But the path is treacherous, the enemy relentless. They must outwit the cult, outpace the danger, and outrun the horror that nips at their heels. It's a race against time, a race against death. The friends are united by a single, burning resolve. They must survive. They must escape. The stakes are high, the danger imminent. But the will to live is a powerful force. It fuels their courage, their determination. It's their beacon in the dark, their hope in the face of despair. The woods are no longer a sanctuary, but a hunting ground. The horrifying truth has been revealed. Now the real nightmare begins. When pushed to the edge, how far would you go to protect your friends? The thick, suffocating air of fear now becomes a catalyst, igniting a spark of desperation within our four friends. Jack, always the brave one, steps up, his heart pounding like a relentless drum in his chest. He's not just fighting for his life, he's fighting for his friends, for their lives. His courage is the beacon of hope in the face of unspeakable terror. Sarah, the intellect of the group, uses her quick thinking to devise an escape plan. Her mind, usually filled with equations and theories, now navigates the intricate maze of their predicament. Each thought, each idea is a potential path to freedom. Her intelligence isn't a luxury now, it's a necessity, a tool of survival. Then there's Mike, the joker of the group. His humor, often taken for granted, now serves a crucial role. He lightens the mood, his jokes acting as a temporary balm on their fear-stricken hearts. His laughter, a defiance in the face of their predators. It's not just about making them smile now, it's about keeping their spirits alive, about rekindling the flame of hope amid the darkness. And Emily, the compassionate one, she's the glue holding them together. Her kindness, her empathy is the comforting hand on a trembling shoulder, the soothing voice amid the chaos. She's not just a friend now, she's the heart of the group, the one who reminds them of their humanity even as they stare into the face of the inhumane. Their individual traits, once just unique quirks of their personalities, now become their weapons, their shields. Each friend a crucial piece in the puzzle of their survival. Their bonds, tested and strained, only grow stronger, binding them together in their desperate fight for life. They're not just friends anymore, they're a team. Their survival depends on it. Would you stand and fight or run and hide? It's a question we often ask ourselves in hypothetical scenarios, but for our four friends it's become a chilling reality. Cornered with nowhere to run, they are left with no choice but to confront the malevolent cult that has turned their camping trip into a living nightmare. Fear gnaws at the edges of their resolve, but they refuse to let it consume them. After all, these aren't just friends, they're a team, a unit, a family. Their unity isn't just a comfort, it's a weapon. And in this moment, it's their only hope for survival. Each of them, in their own way, steps up to the challenge. The once timid one finds courage they never knew they had. The joker, always ready with a quip, becomes the tactician, using their wit to devise a plan. The leader, usually so sure of themselves, learns to lean on the others, understanding that true strength lies in unity. And the quiet one, the observer, becomes the fighter, their silent observations now the key to their defense. Together they stand not just against the cult, but against their own fear, their own uncertainty. They confront the darkness with a light of their own, the light of friendship, of unity. With each passing moment, their resolve strengthens, their determination solidifies. They are no longer the hunted, they are the fighters. They clash with the cult, a symphony of chaos and courage. Each blow they land, each step they take is a testament to their unity, their friendship. They are not just fighting for their lives, they're fighting for each other. And as the dust settles, they find themselves standing, not as the victims they were, but as the survivors they've become. They have faced the unimaginable, the horrifying, and they've come out the other side, stronger for it. They stand together, not just as friends, but as survivors. What would you take away from a night of terror? The friends emerged from the woods, their bodies bruised, their spirits shaken, but their hearts beating in unison. Their once carefree camping trip had morphed into a nightmarish fight for survival, a test of their resolve and the strength of their bond. In the throes of horror, they had to rely on each other, their friendship providing the lifeline they needed to stay alive. They found courage in the face of fear, strength in their unity, and an unbreakable will to survive. The woods had been a crucible, forging them into a family through fire and fear. In the aftermath, they carried with them not just the scars of their ordeal, but a newfound respect for life and for each other. The terror they faced had taught them a potent lesson. In the face of horror, they learned the true meaning of friendship and survival. They may have entered the woods as friends, but they leave as family,